Right. So, in this today's session, I'm going to discuss about uh, implementing data pattern automation with artificial intelligence and machine learning. Because when we are managing any kind of data, as well as the kind of data workflows at the same time, if you want to automate any kind of insights, uh, which are essentially important to drive any business process. Nowadays, we are transforming towards implementing artificial intelligence and machine learning. In this regard, it's important for us to understand about different patterns that are recognized, because if you want to provide any instructions to the system, right? So because depends on the pattern, the system has to take a decision end of the day in compensation to the human. This is the major aspect. So in regard to the process wherein to cross check and as well as to cross over the kind of hurdles that we face, right? So the kind of pattern recognitions we have, at the same time the kind of methods by which the automated process are applied for, this is equally important. Now, in understanding to the data patterns are concerned, usually because these data pattern automations can be described like employing like algorithms to automate pattern discovery, at the same time identifying the anonymity, right? At the same time, relationship identification in both structured as well as unstructured data sources, which is now knowing as the data pattern automation without any human intervention involvement, or by minimizing the human intervention involved is whichever is needed. So this approach, the uh, implementation of AI and machine learning implementation approach, processes and as well as analyze the data comprehensively as well as kind of precisely. In regard to the data pattern automations are concerned, we must be knowing about what are the key different components we have. That is something you need to know when we are implementing AI and machine learning in this. So components are as follows. Okay. So components as follows. I'm addressing these components uh, from the data pattern automation point of view. Okay. Components are as follows, right? So there are different components which I'm going to explain you. The first one is data pre-processing. This is the first one. Second, pattern recognition models. This is the recognition models. This is the second one. This is the second one. Third one, real-time processing. Okay, these are the three different components normally we have. Right. So first one about data pre-processing. Second, pattern recognition models, and third, real-time processing. When it comes to the data pre-processing is concerned, wherein we have to clean the data in the first step, wherein which entails the elimination of duplicate records, and at the same time filling the missing values in the data set. Everything happens in the first stage and the data pre-processing. Next, we need to transform in this case, where if you want to records, managing records and all, we have to undergo and adjust to achieve a standard scale, whatever the kind of value you want to get, to set a common scale for the transformation. Next, we need to make sure what are the required metrics or parameters that are contributed to increase the model accuracy. This is where we call it as feature engineering. So these are the three major elements which are there under data pre-processing. Second, pattern recognition models. Pattern recognition models like the classification of the tasks as well as the kind of corresponding predicting tasks are done from the market data sets and all, which is called supervised learning. Next, these look for patterns that do not have any kind of labels, which is called unsupervised learning. Next, understanding complex dependencies with the use of layered network diversifications, which is called as deep learning architecture. So these are the three areas will be focused under the data pattern recognition models are concerned. Last but not least, real-time processing, where when we are managing patterns and as well as anonymities, which are monitored concurrently, so as to enable the assessment of any streamlined data. At the same time, we can also enable an accurate follow-up on any irregularities by providing any instant warnings. Everything can be done in this. So these are the three major components we see when it comes to the data pattern automation is concerned, especially when we are implementing this in using AI and machine learning in the organization level. This is all something to streamline and as well as drive efficiency in business process across industries. This is what today's session is all about. Where in the next one, I'm going to discuss you about what are the different techniques that we follow. So in regard to this, that we are going to discuss in the next week's session.